Hello Scratchers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So guys, today I am back with another interesting video on Scratch. And today we will continue making our scrolling platformer game. If you haven't watched my previous video, then click on the I button and watch it, as in that we have coded the basic scrolling platformer. And in this video, we will be adding animations and various other things. So as you can see, this is what we had made in our previous video. We made the basic scrolling platform of physics and added a border, an invisible wall to stop us from going to the other side of the level which has not been completed. And as I told you, in this video, we will be adding animations to our sprite, which is none other than a cat, a moving background to enhance its graphics. We will also add spikes to make it challenging and many other things. So now you know what we are gonna make. And without doing any delay, let's begin. So the first thing we are gonna do is that we will change the name of our game from part 1 to part 2. And I would consider telling you to save it as a copy so that you don't lose any work of yours if something goes wrong. So starting off, first of all, we will be adding animations to our sprite, as this looks very boring. I will be adding the basic costumes, the default costumes given by Scratch. If you want to make your game interesting, then you can add your own. So first of all, we'll add some basic scripts which are like go to front layer so that our sprite doesn't get stuck behind or hidden behind any other thing, and point in direction 90 so that it always faces towards the right when spawning. Not always, like when we are spawning, when we click the green flag, it should turn towards the right. And next up, we can add rotation style to left right. Now next what we can do is add a forever loop, and if, else, or only if, we can add and, another and, it should be or instead. So in the first or block we will put key right arrow is pressed or key D is pressed. We'll add this here. So if right arrow or D key is pressed, then we shall point in direction 90, and if key left arrow is pressed or key A is pressed, then we shall place in 90. So yep, it's working perfectly. Since we don't have any costume for jumping, we can't add that as of now. So next up, what we can do is we can add another when I receive play. So when I receive play forever, if, now here we have to add a lot of powers. These are for all the different keys. I think that should be enough. Now we have to add all these right arrow, the left arrow key or A. Now if any of these is pressed, our costumes shall change. So we will go switch costume to costume 2 as it is already in 1. then wait for a bit. I'll set this time to 0.2 seconds. You can change it if you wish. We'll duplicate it and switch costume to costume 1. Now if we play it, as you can see, it's working perfectly. Now to make things sure so that it works perfectly, we can do another thing is that we can add this and remove all this and add a not block. So if we are not pressing any of these, then this, our cat, our sprite, should be set to costume 1. Yes. So that was the basic animation I was talking about, and as I told you, this is not any very good game. I'm just introducing you to scrolling platformer and making a basic game on it. Now next up, what we can add to enhance its graphic, as I told you, is adding a background to it. So next we're gonna make another sprite and we'll name it background. Now for the costume, we can select on this backdrops and search winter. This is the one I have put in the game. Now we can zoom out, select all, copy it using this or Ctrl C and then paste it over here. Now come in the backdrops and complete this. Now we have got a background setup. After that, when I receive or when flag clicked, it is starting like all other sprites, hide, and then when I receive play, we don't have to show it as of now, but rather we will send it to backlit and we will introduce a new variable set only for this sprite and name it BG, which is the short for background, and in the starting we'll set this BG to 0. After this, we'll create a clone of ourselves, create a clone of myself, and we'll repeat it 2 times. Repeat 2, and we got to change BG by 1 and then again create a clone so that all of our clones have their own number which is set in BG variable, and then after that we'll set BG to 0 at the end again. So this was the basic stuff, and after that we can make another when I receive play forever and then broadcast a new message, name it PG here as well. I have put over here forever loop so that in the when I receive BG we don't have to put a loop, forever loop over there. Now after this we'll show our cloned sprites, and if BG is equal to 0, so if BG is equal to 0, then our costume will go to X and Y. Scroll X, scroll Y, multiplied by 0.2. Make sure that you put scroll X in X variable, X characteristics only, and Y in Y. Scroll X and scroll Y, and we have to change it to if else, then add another if else, and if BG is 1, then for this we have to add it by approx like 690 or something. I'll take 694, and in this as well, then change it again, BG to 2. This one 800 should be fine. We will not add anything to scroll Y, as the Y level will remain same all over the level. Now you can continue adding if you have more than one background, more than two. So now as you can see, it's working fantastically. It's looking so much better, isn't it? As you can see, it moves slowly with our player with the background, and it looks much better. We will save it over here. Now let's move to the main aim, which was the goal. But before that, I think we should add the spikes, isn't it, to make the game more challenging. So we'll go and paint a new sprite, name it Spike, and now I'll tell you how to make your own spike. Set the fill to grayish, I would say, like that. And now create a small square. Hold shift so that it comes perfectly, like this. Align it to the center. I think that's too big, you can take your reference from there. That should be fine. And now using this tool, we can crop out one of the corners. And now again we can rotate it holding the shift and reduce its width. And now as you can see, that's a perfect spike. Now to duplicate it, just press Ctrl V or copy and paste. And now align it. You can use the arrow keys. Yes. For now 2 would be fine. Or I'll add 4. Make sure they are aligned properly, or in the game they'll not look good. You can save it. So now our spikes are ready. It was very easy, wasn't it? So before that, we can add a new variable, which is for all sprites, and name it lights. So when I receive play, or like always, let's first add when flag click, should hide. And when I receive play, set lives to 3. You can change this as well according to your game. And again, when I receive play, then from here we can start a game. Or instead of using 2, we can just add this over here and remove this. So in this, we'll show it. Go to front layer. And go backwards as well, so that it comes in front and then goes a bit back, as our main player has to be in front. Like 5 layers should be enough. Go backward 5 layers, and forever go to X and Y. We'll set those coordinates first. So like if we come in a game, we want it somewhere over here, so we can open our X and Y. So they are near 960 and 29. So I can take these coordinates. So I'll add a plus and scroll X plus 900. Yep, that's the position, and it looks very small, so we can increase that size anytime. No, that's too big. That much would be fine. Align it to the center. It's going a bit back now, so let's make it 1000. $950. You gotta get the approximations, and same at here as well. Duplicate, scroll Y, plus minus 10, 15. You can directly add like minus 50, but I'll just use this for now. 37, 48. This seems perfect. Now, as you can see, okay, it is having some issues. Let me check it. So when we jump, it's coming up with us. That should not be happening. I'll just try to change it. Maybe I'll try to restart it. Yep, now it's fine. It just needed a reload. And now we can show our lives as well at the top. Over here. So, yep, that looks fine over there. Or a bit even more in the corner. Now after adding this, we have to add a kill system in it. So in this, when I receive play, this will contain the main code. Wait for 1 second so that we don't die continuously from it, and then forever, if touching hitbox, if it's touching hitbox, then change lives by -1. So I hope you get what it means. Let's check it. Now if I go forward and hit on it, our life should change by 1. But it isn't. Yes, it's player. Or if it's going too fast, okay, I'm in the border sprite. So I got to change all this. So my bad guys, I don't know from where I came to this sprite. I'll put all this in spike, delete it from here. Now if I play this, yep, as you can see it's 2:1. Since I've set it to seconds right now, so it will go on continuing on like that, but it shouldn't be like that, so I 0.01 seconds, and after that we'll broadcast die, a new message. I'll name it die, and change it to broadcast and wait so that it takes some time to, and then stop the script. So after this it should stop this on killing this on its own. So after that we'll come in a player, and over here when I receive die, then stop the other scripts in sprite, wait for 0.01. These small timings help in the smooth functioning of the game, otherwise our game will lag a lot. And then we can add another broadcast so that this message can be delivered to all other sprites who are having some mechanics, like restart. So yes, and after that wait again for a small time, and after that we'll broadcast play. Now we have to come in all the other sprites and add this code. Leaving the hitbox. So when I receive restart, stop other scripts in sprite. These two can be left like this, as this will make no difference in them. We'll have to add in this as well. When I receive restart, then stop other scripts in the game. So now let's check it if it's working or not. And if I go here, yes, it's working perfectly. Our life get deducted, we come back to the spawn point. We can test it a few more times. Yes. Now as you can see, the clone count was just going on increasing crazily. So for that, our background is having some clones, so we can delete this clone and repeat it number of times. Our ground also has a number of clones, so we can add this here as well, and over here also we can add it. It's already stopping the script, so we can add it here only. Let's play it now and check if the clone count is increasing or not. If I die, it's not increasing. So we also fix that issue so that game doesn't lag. Now one more way of dying is that falling off the map. So right now, as you can see, we can continue falling down forever and ever. So to fix that, we'll come to our hitbox and come and get some space over here. Now we can start off by adding when I receive play. The whole game is almost based on this play, and wait for a second again so that it doesn't lag, and then add a forever. And now in this forever, if scroll Y is greater, than 220, then change life by 1 again, -1 actually. Change life by -1, and then again like that, like the previous time, wait for a bit, like 0.01 seconds, and broadcast die, and stop the script. Now if I test it, if I fall off the map now, as you can see, just as I go beyond the limit, it will die automatically. So right now nothing happens if I die more than 3 times. So we'll save it now. So to fix that, we can come to our hitbox, and I'll make some space over here. And if forever, first of all, again, if lives is equal to 0, then say game over, say game over, wait for a second, and then stop all. So we'll just die and the game is done. That will be our ending for this game. So if you want to make it better for your game, what you can do is that you can again broadcast a message there and then make a new sprite, add name it something, and then when that message is delivered, then after that you can show it and make it come to the front layer. So like you can have various endings for your game. This is the most basic one you can get. So if lights is 0, then just say game over and die. I'll try all the different dying methods. There are only 2. And yes, it will say game over and it dies. So now after we have done all this, we can hide this variable as well, hide variable lives, so that after dying you come off the main screen and you don't again come here. And if you have a menu screen after which you have to come back, like after you die you have to come back to that screen. So that was the reason why I added play separately, and I left the when I receive flag block different. So after that you can again broadcast. If you have made any other broadcast like for menu, then you can broadcast menu and then your menu screen will appear again, and then you can start your game again. So for that you have to again use the restart function that I told you about. So broadcast restart, all the other parts of the game will stop, and then you can broadcast menu. So there are various methods of doing that. Now after doing this, what we can do is that we can add the finishing of this game. The finishing was the apple. So let's first see where we can place our apple. I guess after somewhere after the spike, I would say. What about here? It would be a tough place to come, and if you slip off, then you die. And yes, another thing, when I receive play, then show the variable lives. Yes. So now again come down and choose a sprite, apple. This apple reminds me of the first game video that I made on Scratch, how to make an apple catch game on Scratch. Go watch that as well. So now we can decrease its size to 60, and I would place it somewhere here. So for that we'll do something similar as that spike which we did. So like always, when flag is clicked, hide. Then when I receive play, go to front layer and again go backwards some layers, so that we don't come ahead of the player himself, the sprite, and then forever. Now we'll have to change its go to X and Y positions. So let's start and let's come up to this place. Now I can show X and Y positions. I'll move this aside for now, and first I'll add plus for this. It's scroll X plus 1198. Can't see it anywhere. 0. Okay, I haven't shown it till now. That is the reason, I think. So I'll go back over there. Yep, here it is. So its Y right now is 0. So for that, I'll change it to scroll Y, and I'll subtract it by 28. Yep. Now if I go there, it should be staying over there. Yep, it's working perfectly, so I can hide these again and send my lights back on the top. Now in this apple we'll add different codes which will will win the game. So the second ending of a game, which is the good one. So again, same as the spike, winner receives play forever if touching hitbox or player. If hitting hitbox or the player, anyone will work. Stop other scripts in Sprite and broadcast a new message again. And this time the message will be goal achieved. Let's make it like that. And this ending, instead of game over, we will write yay. Our cat is happy on achieving this milestone for him. Now we can hide the variable and then we can say stop all. Now this goal achieve won't do anything. I just made it if you want to add any specifications in your own game. Now if I go here, it should say yay. Okay, I forgot to add wait for some time. And yep, it says yay, and then it waits for some time, and then the game gets over. If you face any difficulty, you can rewind back and check those sections. So that was all for this video, and now we have finally achieved making the scrolling platformer game on Scratch. I hope you will be making this game on your own, modifying it and getting a lot of views. If you found this video helpful, consider to subscribe, like and share this video if you haven't till now. And stay tuned for my future videos. Till then, as always, stay safe and continue scratching on guys. See you.